First Call is so much more than a phone number, a meeting, or a pamphlet. We are a resource for individuals dealing with addiction, for their family members, and for our community. For over 65 years, First Call has provided wraparound resources to meet the needs of all community members impacted by addiction. For every one person experiencing addiction, 10 others are impacted. This is why we take a really comprehensive approach to our service delivery. We have individual support for that person with an addiction to help connect them to quality resources and to provide support along the way. But we also know that we need to provide support to the people who love that person, their neighbors, their coworkers, and other members of the community so that we can end the addiction crisis in Kansas City. We do this through 4 key areas: prevention and outreach, harm reduction, family services, and recovery and reentry services.
In our work in alignment with the Missouri Model for Trauma-Informed Schools, we wanted to ensure that we were providing preventative tools for youth and help them regulate their behaviors when they're experiencing overwhelming feelings or stressful situations. We initially partnered with First Call to come in and provide those services, as they have a ton of existing programs that they were already providing. We know that our students are experiencing these adverse community environments and adverse childhood experiences, so providing preventative services, just increasing education, helping them understand that this is things they may be seeing or experiencing and who they can speak with, as well as providing intervention services. Considering all that we experience in the Kansas City community, it's very important that we provide these services.
The library has just become like a natural magnet for folks to come to because we provide some of the basic things that folks need. A lot of unhoused folks that are residing in some of the shelters that come here during the day. First Call took the time to sit down with us to really listen to what was happening in our branches, what our staff were struggling with. They really sort of immersed themselves into what library culture is. Currently, they provide us with ongoing training for our staff. They also supply us with naloxone. They also provide us with harm reduction kits. The feedback I've gotten from staff is that they feel empowered, like they can do something to intervene and assist folks who are struggling with this stuff, whereas before they just felt sort of helpless and weren't sure what steps they could take.
So our Family Services Department works primarily with the loved ones of people who are using substances. Substance use we call it a family disease. So the impact is broader than just the one person experiencing it, living it.
One of the things that I learned through How to Cope is to try to manage my expectations. I think that was big for me because I was always coming to the rescue and always trying to help, and understanding that that's not helping anybody but myself. I was able to watch my relationship with my daughter improve, and I was able to remove some of the guilt and shame I felt and really, see my daughter in a different lens.
Sometimes it feels very alone. You can't just talk to anybody about it. And so I thought, this is a good place to have more tools and more skills, maybe that I didn't have before, that I could utilize in my everyday life regarding this, So the 3 C's that we learned about was you didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it. And that gives me some peace. You will receive skills and tools that you can use in your tool belt to help you through this process, and that you don't have to be alone, that they get it, they understand.
They can provide you with stuff that you might not know, like the 3 C's and stuff. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and I can't cure it. It kind of makes me feel good to know that.
In 2015, my only son, he passed away. It blew my mind. I didn't want to live anymore. I was angry at God. I was angry at people. So I started getting in trouble, hanging out in the streets, in and out of jail, doing drugs and alcohol. First Call has played a major role in my life. It has me to this point where I'm sober. I graduated drug court because I had a staff member that works here at First Call to be in my ear, teaching me how to look at things differently, think outside the box. They help with recovery. They can get you in a program. They can save your life if that's what you want to do.
One call can save a life.
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 Make the call, your first call to end addiction.